I'm just basically hearing, correct me if I'm wrong, straight like that in Canvas one. So what I'm basically hearing is you guys are, because straight like that piggybacked off of something you said, and he was like, yeah, like, why are you divorced? And so when he said that, it was kind of like, Canvas, you were saying to Aisha, like, why you can't just say, I got married at this age and that's that. Why do you have to bat for the people that got divorced and are out here at 40, whatever, trying to figure it out now? Why you can't
Facts.
just stick with what you're saying? Now, am I saying that right? Am I
Absolutely.
hearing
That's
right?
it.
Right. So now my question to you is, have you been married?
No, I haven't been married.
You have been married. May I ask how old you are?
I'm 30.
You're 30. Right. So you haven't been married and you're not married yet.
I was in a relationship for 8 years. I chose not to be married.
Okay, but regardless, who are
Now, I just want you to
you?
understand. I've been in a long standing relationship, so you can't play that. I've never been committed or anything else.
I'm not trying to play anything, but who are you to say anything about a divorced human, someone that lived life with somebody and put it in a space of they don't exist to even they shouldn't even be outside trying to date.
The same way you went to bat for the fact that you just going to bat for that. The same way I didn't say okay, well, it's okay. The same way I was with somebody for 8 years, almost out of high school, and I could have chose to marry them. There was other things that played into that factor. So I would support dating younger. I'm not going to bat for why I'm 45, divorced, and whatever, trying to figure it out. What aren't you understanding? That's
I
not
didn't
my
say any.
position.
You're projecting what you feel about your
No,
own
I'm
self
asking
because
you. You
I
asked
didn't
me to
speak.
answer. I'm asking you to answer in reverse. I'm not making that position. You're going to bat for that position.
I cannot. Um,
I think that the issue is straight like that asked me two different questions and I answered two different questions. And he only wanted me to answer the one. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, but it was two different answers and two things can be true at the same time. So what he's saying is because a 17-year marriage is variable. But he's saying, well, for the people that ain't married, the people that did get a divorce, why would they get a divorce? Why are you hyping it up? Nobody's hyping up divorce. I didn't do that. All I simply said was when you are divorced and you have to get back out there into the dating market, it happens. But I think that there's a different way to go about it. You shouldn't be out here sleeping with multiple people. So why I was attacked for that statement, I have no idea because people are going to be divorced. People are going to get back out here in the dating market. It happens. I'm just saying, once you reach that point as a woman and you're 45 and you're successful in doing all these things, still date with purpose. Don't be out
yeah,
here dating 4 or 5 different people. And I do think like you should already find your person early in life. But I see there's conflicts with that too. Like I said, I married my high school sweetheart. So it's like it could happen either way. You know what I'm
and
saying? So
I like the video because she was living in her truth in the space. Like I'm down with anybody living their truth. If she feels like now, I didn't hear her say she was going to f this dude and that dude and this dude and that dude. Maybe that is the case. I'm not. I don't know the woman, but all I'm saying is, if one of them said, "Well, if I can't get what I want," and see, this is the worst. The worst is when you go get these kind of people. The worst is when you go and get, hi you guys, hi gentlemen. This is, let me ask
It's
you, men.
about to get
Let
it's about to get hot now.
Hold
Get
on,
ready.
let me ask you,
Ikene, hold on, bro. Come on.
let me ask you men something. But go ahead, Lapeef.
Yep.
Nah, I
Let it go.
just
Let it go, bro.
Ikene came in hot. Go ahead, Clout, and then we'll get to Ikene.
I wanted to speak on. Yeah, I wanted to speak on what. Y'all hear me good?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to speak on what Canvas was talking about because I'm hearing an echo or whatever, but maybe that's just on mine. But um, Canvas was saying something to the regards of like basically, I think I understand what he's talking about. because I think Aisha said a statement. She said two things can be true at once, whatever the case is, right? And that's true that two things can be true at once, but not when they contradict each other. So that's the case where two things cannot be true at once. And a lot of times in our community, we do this thing where we'll have a position we're standing on, we'll feel the need to support the position that we're not standing on, and then what it does is it completely undermines the argument. Like she'll say, "Yeah, I think you should marry young," but then when he says, "So then you're young," so you're essentially saying that you date old. That's the exact inverse of that statement. If you believe in dating young, then you aren't for dating old. But we don't want to say that. Standing on a position means that a person can be held accountable. And I think that's really the problem we have in the community. There's this constant attempt to not take a position so that accountability can always be stated. And it's like, no, if you're going to take a position, stand up. Your position is believe in dating young, that's your position. You can't say it's cool to date old. No, those things are inconsistent. You gotta pick one, and then once you pick one, we can have a real conversation, and we can move forward. But a lot of these conversations are unable to properly move forward because no one wants to be honest or stand on business or stand on any position because they don't want to be forced to be held accountable when that mirror is held up. You stand in a position and you say, "I believe this," then a person can now in the debate say, "Well, you said you believe this. This is what you said you," and now you have to stand for that. Nobody wants to do it. They don't like
I
help.
can't hear you.
That's the issue.
Yeah. It's coming in kind of a little sketchy, man. I'm not usually hearing you like that, Clout.
You know,
It was every other word.
Your word, we couldn't hear really you at all.
I got some of the gist of it.
let me see. It might.
It's probably because
I
your
think
phone
Now,
I,
is
see,
I
sitting
think
down
Luffy,
on
this is
I
something.
like,
think you gotta go in and out, or maybe your
yeah,
phone is
your
set.
voice is in and out. So, like, you'll be close to it and then far away. Like, that's how it is.
Yeah, your phone might be messing up.
Hmm. Go ahead,
Okay.
connect.
Yeah, how you guys doing tonight,
Yeah, I
man?
mean, real quick, so we're not long with it, y'all. Let's, let's see. Yeah.
Okay. I how you guys doing tonight?
I'm
The
Yeah.
doing
thing
good.
is the
Connect.
thing is this,
Same.
right? The thing is this, right?
Had the YouTube open at that.
Uh you can't be telling somebody at a man and a woman is not the same thing because I've heard you guys throughout tonight. Now I've been listening for the past 3 hours or something. Men and women are not the same. A woman's supposed to marry earlier. That's fine because responsibility is not on her. But for my brother that said he's 30 years old, he has more grace than a woman because at 30, that's when most men are supposed to be getting married. Most men are supposed to marry at 30 and above. Under 30, men lack maturity to be able to control or command a family, to be able to lead a family. So I will never advise any man to marry at below 30. So for the guy that has been dating and now getting into the prospect of getting married, that's the right time for him. So you guys shouldn't shame him. That's the right time for him to get married because guess what? He doesn't want to make mistake. That's why he's kind of getting ready to do it now. Most men that are married earlier on, like Cloud, they messed up their marriage. You see what I'm saying? It might not be Cloud fault from the beginning, but due to immaturity, he contributed or may have led to what destroyed his marriage. That's just life. But like I said, for a woman, 22, 23 is the best time for you to get married. But any woman that is out there at the age of 40 promoting dating, must be out of her damn mind. Because you should be at home with your family, raising your kids, taking care of your husband, making sure that he has the right medication. Men age with grace, but guess what? Our bones still crack.